Hey, MegaJeff back with some vinyl finds. Vinyl finds, yes. I found some cool stuff recently. Well, a couple of these I did order online, but still, when you find things online for a decent price and you pounce on them, you do it. These are all, most everything here except one of them is 80s. Right in my little wheelhouse there. So, finally got me a copy of a Vixen album. I've never been able to get my hands on anything by Vixen, and because they tend to be really expensive. But I found somebody online who sold this for under $20. It's in great condition. You know, it's got a little wear on it, but the album itself, great condition. I gave it a quick clean. Sounds wonderful. So, yeah, like I said, they're one of those bands that it seems like every time I find anything by them, I never find anything in the wild, but anytime I find stuff online, they just seem to be fairly expensive. A little more than I want to pay for some of this. And as far as I know, they haven't been reissued. I don't know. Anyway, I was glad to get this, though, at a great price. So I snagged that one up. It's got the insert and everything. Got that scene and all them cool. And I got that. Great stuff. Another one that typically can get up there, and I found a copy online for a really good price, White Lace and Black Leather by Helix. I still need the first Helix album. I used to have the first and second album back in the day when I collected vinyl originally. I now have them on CD, but I've been trying to look to get a copy of them again. So now I got the second album, so I got this one. It's funny because White Lace, Black Leather is a song like on the next album, or was it the third or fourth album, but it started here as a title, but the song is not on this album. It's on a following album after that. So anyway, according to this is a Canadian press, makes sense, but it also, according to the way it's cataloged on Discogs, this was the, I don't know, it might have been the first press, I don't know, because it seemed like it came out in Canada and then later into other countries, but this is one of the early ones on that was listed on there. So I don't know, maybe it's a first early press, but I'm just glad to have it. And like I said, now I need the first album, and I think I have the majority of their major releases on vinyl. So really thought they have been a big fan since around the third album is when I discovered them, which sounds like a good idea for another one of those videos I'm going to do. Anyway, Warlock, True as Steel. I never see Warlock in the wild. I know the big famous one is the one with her on the cover, the cartoon of her with the old person. And this is another one that I see people show quite a bit. I just never see Warlock in the wild. This is a German pressing. Now here's the thing. So, and this harkens back to my comments about when I was in New York and I was finding the record stores. In New York, in that record store that I went to that I won't keep naming, but it's getting like this pretty much anywhere you go. An album like this, an 80s album, especially a German import, 80s metal, you know, you're going to see $30, $40. And that store in New York would have had stuff like this for definitely $39 or something. I found this locally at my local store, one of the ones I go to every couple months because it's on the other side of the water, $14. And the album itself is in beautiful condition. The insert, you know, it's got barely a little wear on it. And the cover's barely anywhere, but the vinyl itself is great. You can see there $14. $14. I was like, yeah, there's no way I can't pick that up. I don't have anything of Warlock. I do have some Doro stuff. Here's one right there, as a matter of fact, that just came in that I haven't shown yet. All of her stuff is being reissued on vinyl, and so the prices are kind of dropping at times. So I do have some of her stuff, but I've never found any Warlock yet, and now I have one. So great. Another one which I was kind of on the fence for. I've heard good things about these guys. I don't know a whole lot about them. Again, though, the price, I had to do it. Rose Tattoo. I think this is like the... I don't know a whole lot about the band. I know a lot of people talk about them. They're, you know, bluesy hard rock of the late 70s, early 80s. This is like 1981. They have been talked about. This is on Carrier, which is the same label, I guess, that did Dokken in the early days. And they've got metal tendencies, or, you know, at the time, hard rock and metal tendencies. And so I figured I'd give it a chance. Again, same store as that one. An album like this in other places, you might expect to see $30 on, $25, $30. $10. I couldn't pass it up. Like I said, the album is in great condition. The cover's in decent condition. I think this is like the second Rose Tattoo album. They have a handful of albums out, but that I'm just glad to have one, so that's good to get. This one is dipping back into the 70s. And this was just kind of in their used bin, and I thought I'm gonna grab it. It's the first Starz album. A couple videos back, a couple months back, gosh, I don't know how long it's been now, 4, 5, 6 months ago, I had that day where I picked up like 3 Starz albums in 2 different stores in a row. This is the album I grabbed from the thrift store. It was like $1.99. I grabbed this, and then they also had the maybe did they have something? They had something else there that I grabbed. Anyway, when I got home, turns out the vinyl inside this cover was not this album. It was the live album, Live at the Municipal Auditorium, which came out a handful of years later. It was an official live album the band released. So I had the cover for this, but I had the album for the municipal show, the live show. So I'm like, great, you know. And then when I went to another store, I ended up getting 1 or 2 more of the other ones for, again, these sell for nothing. This was like under $7. So I had to grab it because I still need the first one, and I still need the shopping list, shopping something. I'm getting confused with the Partridge Family, who have the Shopping Bag album, which I did finally get that not too long ago. So yeah, just classic 70s rock band, New York, that, you know, they went on to, they changed their name and did some other project. I'm totally drawing a blank. I talked about it in my video when I talked about Starz, because I discovered the history, you know, that the guys and what they've been involved in over the years, you know, went a little further than I remembered knowing. So, but yeah, straight up, you know, just kind of almost glammy hard rock and metal at the time for the 70s. It was just cool stuff. So went ahead and grabbed that. But that was fun because these are all like right in my sweet spot in the late 70s, early 80s, some stuff that I was able to find that was, in my opinion, quite reasonably priced. And I'm glad to find things like that where the people are not going nuts on the prices. So anyway, that's it for this one. No, thanks a lot for watching. Later. Rock on and rock hard.